with the collections that I have compiled of different Kahoots that I either created or took from other users and previewed and found them age appropriate and content appropriate for my students. So for our example, we're going to go ahead and click the play button, and you're going to have two options. Now, this is where it can be extremely misleading, because if you are distance or hybrid teaching, you would think that you would choose the for virtual classroom option and teach. But as you will see right here, when you do that, the questions and the answer responses show up for the teacher or the screen sharer only. This would require for students to have a second device or toggle between the two platforms. And on their device, they only have the options of the color and the symbols, but not the original question. So this can make it hard for young learners to understand, and from classroom management perspective, it makes it way more difficult than it needs to be. Now, you wouldn't think that you would want the self-paced learning option, but you do. So what you would do during a live Zoom or prior to your live Zoom session is you would click assign, and they call these challenges. You can leave a challenge open if you would like for longer than your Zoom session. For me, I just leave it open till the end of the day. So say I'm going to do it on Monday, and I'll just leave it open till 5 p.m. It's up to you whether or not you want a question timer. I personally, as a student, had a lot of anxiety when I saw the timer, so I turn it off. You can randomize the order or a nickname generator, and really you don't have to do anything else. That's all your preference. So you're going to click create, and this is where it's awesome, because this URL right here, of course you can, if you're using Google Classroom or you have a class Facebook page, you can send it out. But what I do during my live Zooms is I copy the URL. You just simply press copy, and I paste this URL into the chat on Zoom. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from a student perspective, and then we will come back and see what the teacher report looks like. And I promise you, you are not going to look back. All right, you can see I am logged in here to a sample Zoom meeting and have a sample student. This is so that I can show you how to access and utilize the self-paced Kahoot challenge feature in your live Zoom sessions. I will show you from the teacher's perspective as well as from the student's perspective how to access and play the game. All right, so if I activate my options on my Zoom meeting as the host, I'm going to click on chat. And you can see over here my chat box is open. I want to make sure that I am chatting to everyone. I copy and I paste and send it on over. Now, I teach first grade, and my first graders were able to catch on to this oh so quickly. So now we use links, and you may already be doing that for other aspects. We use links in our chat box whenever I want them to go somewhere directly out of Zoom, but not log off of Zoom. This way, they're able to go out of Zoom, complete this activity by just clicking on it, and then come back to Zoom, and we can have a closing discussion about it and a real-time report of how they're doing. All right, so that is the teacher's perspective. Now, going down to the student perspective, if I'm on an iPad, then I'm going to make sure I click my screen to bring up the options, and then this is where you need to make sure or pre-teach your students to click the ... and they will find the chat. There is their opportunity to access the link. They do not need the Kahoot app, nor do they need a code or a password to enter. It will automatically start when I click on it. And from here, I can independently complete my Kahoot. you found this tip helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more.